SAP standard clients here. In these two clients, we cannot run our business. We cannot do our business solutions. We cannot save our business data. We cannot use applications for these two clients and everything here. So for this one, this only SAP master data will be available here. Only SAP master data available here. So in SAP, if you want to save our business data, you need to create a new client. You need to create a new client here. So there is a transaction code, there is a concept, you have the client administration. So that is that we have to create the client. So without client, we cannot run our business, ERP systems business, we cannot run it here. So only client after login to the client, once we have, first of all, we need to log into the client. First of all, we need to enter the client. Then we need to enter the inside of the client, there is a user ID and password. Then we can log into the client. Then from there, we can execute our transaction codes and everything here.
Entity in the sense is a business entity or
business entity. Business entity.
So within business entity, what are the so based on the user is based on the entity
client? Yeah. So within the client itself, client is the one of the business entity here. Means within the client only we have to save our business data. Within client only we need to run. SAP, this is the SAP system here. Okay. Within the SAP system, we have the client concept here. We have the client concept here. N number of clients we can create it here. Client concept here. So client concept here. In this client concept, so user will log into the client. They will run the transaction.
Meeting on the call on
they will run the business and everything here. So they have to log into the independent client and they need to run the business in this client itself only. Like this, multiple clients we can create it. Multiple clients we can create it, and multiple users for each client. There is a dedicated user ID and password we have to log in, and we have to save our business data inside of the client itself.
Yeah, so clients means that it is a kind of external connections where it will establish into the application server.
Applications, yeah, it's client dependence. If you want production is only one client, for development, so maybe two clients, quality, two clients we can create it, two or more clients we can create it. Why? Because one client is dedicatedly for the unit testing, one client is dedicated for the black box testing, some other kind of testing functionalities we can enable it here. So, but
is it an individual users, or we are going to create some users, dummy users in the database, giving a rules to them, and then you have to assign these
application has dedicated users based upon the client. Suppose we have the three clients. Suppose example we have the 3000 and 001, and we have the 100 client. We can create it 200 like that. N number of create client can create it. So based upon the client, the users will be created. So which means you have the user in this client. So shall I log into the same other clients? Means no, it's not possible. So each client independent individual accounts are required to log into the system.
So the user is so once the entity is created, after that only you can create a user. Is it correct?
Yeah, once the business solution means inside of the client, we need to save the business data. We need to run the business solutions, scenarios, testing, everything we have to run it here, which means if you want to run the business, you need a client in SAP. Okay. If you want to run the business, in SAP application level, definitely you need to create a client. Inside of the client means after login to the client only, you need to run the business. Business is the client specific. So one client, one business, another client, another testing, one more thing like this. So we can run it. Multiple things we can run it. It's a client dependent, client independent. So like that we have the concepts. So there is a concept in once as soon as this completed, that is called the client administration. That time you will get the more details. Okay, so now, so it kind of like so we are discussing about the work process administration. As part of the work process administration, we completed the D, V, E, DVE. So up to NQ. So we have completed. Next one is the B. Then MGS. B means so background job administration. It's kind of background work process here. It's kind of background work process here. So background work process here. What is mean by background work process here? So before I explaining the background work process, they are the general transaction codes are called the, so we have, so normally SM21, ST22, yesterday we discussed. Apart from that, we have the SM04 is the transaction code to check the logged on users list. How many users are logged into the system? Then we can check it out in this SM04. Then AL08, this is the, so all instances logged on users list, all the instances, if you have the multiple instances are there, means multiple applications are there, same SM36. So we can check the all instance logged on. So users list, how many users are logged into your instance. So that will be displayed here. So if I go to the SAP, here if I execute the SM04 transaction code, here you can see the, so number of logged on users list here. Here you can see the logged on users list. So how many users are there? So what they are doing? So all the information we can check it out from here. We can see here there are the 8 users are logged in with the 11 backend systems here. So means multiple people, multiple sessions are they have opened here. One user is from the 000 client, other users are from the 100 client. So like that multiple users are logged in. So they are doing the, so work here in the SAP system here. They are doing the work here. So one user to open the SM04, which is current user. Some other user just they have opened the RFC connections and GA sessions. Some users are performing the, so remote client copy. So I think some users are performing the, so remote client proxy, and some others are opening the PFCZ, some others are opening the SU01, some other user is opening the SU01. So when they have opened the connections, so what type of session type here? So number of sessions, how many sessions they have opened. So it's a, what is the memory utilization for them? Suppose example, this user is opened the session since. Yeah, hi. Sorry, there is a network glitch, so it's got disconnected. Yeah. So I was discussing about the user sessions related information here. So here in SM04, the specific instance related, how many users are logged in, what they are doing, all kind of information we can see it in the SM04 transaction. So what they are executing, what tasks, what applications they have opened, and what they are doing, all the information we can see it here. Something if you observe it is running from long time, something is not good, then we can go to the sessions. So maybe he is opened, he is doing the authorization, trace is taking, something is doing. So then in this case, select the session, then delete that session, user session. Then that user will be logged out from the session. Logged out, he is open the 3 sessions total. In that one, so we can say the user can be logged out from the session here. So like that, so we can so kill the session, cancel the session, and so whatever we want, we can do it here. Whatever we want, we can do it. See here, my user session, I cancelled it. I forcefully logged out from the system. So which means, so using this SM04, we can check the how many users are currently logged into the system, what they are doing, and how much memory they are utilizing, and we can see that one here. Especially not only memory, so all the information, how many users are currently there in your system and what they are doing. So this kind of information we can see it in the SM04. Then next one is the AL08. AL08 here. AL08 is the, it's a system-wide all the users list. If you have the multiple application servers, then all the application servers related details, we can see it in the, so AL08. Same as like SM50, local work process overview, SM36, global work process overview. Same as like SM04, logged on users list, AL08, all instances logged on users list information, we can see it here in the system. So apart from that, so normally the developers, they will create the developers. So developers, they will create the programs using the SA38 or SE38 transaction code. They will create the programs, reports, and execution of the reports, so changes, so all kind of development activities they will do it in the, so this transaction codes here, SA38 and SE38 transaction code here. SA38 is here, So you will see the foreground name. They will execute the foregrounds here in SA38, right? Just should only execute it here, right? If you go to the SE38, they can create the foreground also, some custom programs. So they can create their own programs, means coding. They can write only coding here in this transaction code. They will write it here. Normally, developer will do this kind of work here. So they will write the program. So they will execute it. This is the execute button. This is the activation button here. So they will write the program. They will activate the code here. Then if they will execute it, the report, the output will be generated here. So normally they will use this one. Suppose example, if I show some of the transaction codes here. So if I show you, so one of the reports, normally the reports, we can fill it from here. There is an option, just click on the filter button here. Then you can just inform, means you can just feed the program here, just execute it. The report will be executed here. The report will be executed here. The output will come into the picture here. So that is the foreground. What it is doing here, the backend, the program is executing. The backend, the program is executed here. Then output will come into the foreground. Same as like here in the SAP, any program, the programs we have to execute in the SA38 or SE38 here. Especially for the SE38, editing option means we can create the program, we can edit it, we can delete it, we can change it, whatever we want, we can do it. But SA38 is for the only execution of the programs. Normally, execution of the programs here. Suppose every day, midnight, you want to execute the programs, or you want to run the one report, you want to run the one report, one program, you want to run it. So then you can execute it. You can execute it here. You will get the output here. So, but every day you have to run it manually running, and every day you have to run it manually, running the programs. So all those things, it is a time taking process, right? Every day you have, if you want to execute the same program, then so sometimes, suppose what happens, sometimes you missed that one execution, then what will happen? There is a delay, right? Delay in the payments, delay in the some orders processing, and something is happens here. So that is the reason SAP introduced the background job concept here. Background job concept here. That is called the background job concept here. Background job concept here. So what is this concept is called the background job? Without any user intervention, without any manual intervention by users, automatically the job will be executed. The whatever the timelines you set, automatically the job will be executed. Sir, how it is possible? Yes, it is possible in SAP. So without user intervention means we can also execute the programs, reports as per the schedule, daily or every 5 minutes, whatever the timelines you put it out. One time, if you create the job, that is called the job. One time, if you create that program related job, then automatically that program, whatever the reports, whatever the program you are executing manually, so that will be run by one of the background job automatically. You no need to do just one time setup every day, midnight or early morning hours. You no need to wake up and go to the SAP level, SA38, and execute the program here. Just you need to create the one job. You have to create it. In that job, you need to enter the program name and timelines, program name and timelines. You have to assign it. Then that will run by system automatically without any manual intervention. That will run it here. So normally, if you observe it here in the company, end of the month or starting of the month, so starting day of the month, so every day everyone will get the salaries, right? So normally, how is there any person is sending the salaries to us? No, right? There is a one background job will be executed. That job will trigger it, the job will run it, so that the job will send the data, send the amount to the our salary accounts, right? So same as like here, just for example. So same as like in SAP level also, there is some payroll processing in SAP. Suppose like if you are using the success factor, some HCM, so suppose like you are using the something different functionalities. So what will happen every day if you want to run it, if you cannot send it, there are lakhs of users, lakhs of employees. So everybody will get the same time, right? Then how means, so there is one background job will be executed in the back end. So one job, HR team, what they will set everything it here, and then the code they will everything they will set it out. That program will execute. So that depends upon your salaries. Everybody will get the salaries, right? Everybody will get the salaries to their account here. So means, is there any one person is sending to the everybody every account? No, right? So job is triggering their end. A job is triggering that the bank end, or in the somewhere the job is triggering, the job is sending the salaries to the so our accounts here, right? So same way in SAP level also we can create the such type of programs and reports. So they will create it. Who will create? Our developers will create the programs and reports. Then they will ask us to schedule that program and report daily once, every day once. Yeah, they will give you the schedule to us. So I basis team, my job wants to run every day early morning hours. My job has to be run. So every day it should run it. So like that, they will give the schedule. So based on that, we need to run the jobs here. We need to create the jobs in the SM36 is the transaction code for creation of background job here. Creation of the background job here. So you need to go to the SM36 is the transaction code. So here you need to enter the job name here. So what is the job name? Suppose example, you can take the monthly payment. Okay, monthly payment job here. Just for example. Then what is the class? Here we have the three types of class are there here. High priority, middle priority, low priority. This is the job is the very high priority job, which means why high priority job means, so jobs also they are categorized into the three types: high priority, low priority. Why? Because it's a monthly payment, right? It's a very high priority job here. Definitely it should run. It should run anytime. It should run it here. So then we can schedule it here. The target means if you have the multiple application server where you want to run this job, then target we can assign it here in that application server. If you don't assign it, system will take care of the by default, system will take care of the load balancing and everything. System will take care of that one. So then go to the job steps here. So job steps here. So just basic details you need to fill it here. Then the mandatory step is the job steps here. Job steps here. Here the job steps here. There are the three types of job steps are there. Three types of job steps are there here. Three types of job step means above foreground, then external foreground, above foreground, external foreground, then external commands here. Above foreground, then external foreground, external commands here, which means we can also run the above foreground. We can also run the above foreground without any manual intervention, or the external commands also we can run it. External commands means operating system level commands. The OS level commands also we can run it here. From SAP will go and execute the some tasks at operating system level also. So then, and also external programs means some other external programs also we can run it here. That programs we can enter it here. That programs will be executed here. So normally most of the jobs are the above program. Normally our ABAPers, normally our development team, they will create the jobs here. So they will create the reports, programs, then they will ask us to execute every day. They want to execute this program by as per the schedule. They will give you the timelines, then they will give you the schedule to us, then we have to execute it here. Suppose this program has to be executed. Program means, sir, how can we know we don't have any developers, right? Means we can also run the standard program. Always the program starts with the RS. RS stars, you will get the lot of programs in the SAP systems. RS programs, you will get the hundreds of programs in the SAP system. So you can choose any program for testing purpose. In the real-time cases, your developers will give you the program name, exact program name and everything. They will give it here. Then save the button here. save the button. So which means, so we have the three types of job steps here. Three types of job steps here means three 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 pos three possible seasons, three possible ways we can run the our job. Means either you can run the program automatically, or either external commands also you can run it automatically. Then external commands also we can run it automatically by including this into the job. Job means one name we have to give it. Then if you click on OK button, that's fine. Then go to the startup condition. Startup conditions mean job startup conditions here. So there are the five types of startup conditions are available in the here. You want to start the job immediately, then click on the immediately. No, I don't want to start the job immediately. I want to maybe tomorrow at 11 a.m. I want to my job should be run. Then you need to schedule it here. Then you want to run the job after the job completion. Then you need to run this one. After event, then you need to run the event here. So this one event means separate event means whenever the system starting, there is a internal jobs, internal events occurs. You want to run your job after that event completes. So that one, that events we can find out here. That events we can find out here. So there is a lot of these all are the SAP standard events. SAP standard events here. So as soon as SAP system started, you want to run this job. Then this job will be executed when the SAP system started during that time here. So operation modes. So this is a different concept again. One more big concept this, right? So suppose you want to run the job immediately, then you can select the job. Here we can see the periodic values. So you want to run hourly, you want to execute this program hourly, you want to execute it, or daily you want to execute it, or weekly you execute it, monthly execute it. So I want to run this monthly payroll job in the monthly, every day, sorry, every monthly I want to run this job here. So restrictions, you want to put any restrictions here. So which means you don't want to execute on the Saturdays, Sundays, public holidays, we won't get the any salaries. Like that, we will put the some restrictions here. So what are the public holidays, Saturdays, Sundays, you will use it here. Either the German calendar you are going to use it, or Russian calendar, what calendar you are going to use it. So based on that, you will use the that related tiles, you can use it here. That related option you can choose the factory calendar, so you can use it here. You want to India calendar, if you choose it, India public calendar, and you can India holidays and India public calendar, whatever we have. So the job, if you choose it here, India, then so our payroll job will not execute on Sundays and public holidays. Sundays and public holidays, our job will not be executed here. Like that, I selected the monthly job and immediately it will start it. But the restrictions is every monthly it should run it, but the restriction is here. So not on the Saturdays and public holidays, not on the Saturdays and public holidays here. So then I scheduled it. Just click on the save button. See here, the job is got released. The job got released here. The job got released here, which means the job is scheduled. The job is scheduled here. So now I want to know whether my job is successfully completed or not. I want to know whether my job is successfully completed or not here. Then in this case, go to the SM37 transaction code. 36 is for only for the creation of the background jobs. 37 is for the for monitoring the background job, whether my background job is successfully completed or it's a failed status, it's in the still running status. It will give the some symptoms in the SM37 transaction code here. SM37 transaction code. Here, go to the SM37. If you know the job name, you can put like job name here. If you don't know, keep star. Then if you know the username, just select the username. Otherwise, why? Because the job will scheduled by which user. The job is what is the job name? If you know, you can put it out. Otherwise, what will happen? You will get the all the job list here. The jobs which are running on the basis user, all the list you will get it out in the system. All the list you will get from the system here. All the list you will get from the system here. Someone scheduled as a star. It's not a meaningful naming convention here. There is no meaningful here. The star. What is the star? We don't require this job here. Then I just release it to the scheduled. So they are the status of the job is there. Status of the job is there here. Status of the job here. So how can I know whether my job is successfully completed or not? So how we have the three types of job steps. Then we have the types of startup conditions, job startup conditions here. Types of job startup conditions like suppose immediate you want to day and time, you want to schedule the particular day and time. Then you want to after the job you want to run your job. There is a one job is running, you want to run that job. There is a event is running, you want to run the event. These are the types of job start. You can use it whatever you want based upon the scenario. You can utilize these options here, right? Then there is the types of job startup conditions and also the status, job status also available here. If job is you created the job that is in the scheduled status, means it won't run. If you assign the timelines, that will go to the released status, that will go to the released status. Then ready, job is ready for execution now. Okay, when the timelines are approaching to the near to time, then it's a ready status here. Then active, then active means it's a running, active means it's a running here. Then finished means job is successfully completed here. Then cancelled, job is cancelled due to some other reasons, we can see it. So this type of status we can see it in the SM37 here. So there's a lot of jobs are there. How can I identify my job name? You need to scroll down and see it here. If you know the job name, then here you can just type it like monthly only. I remember, sir, I don't have the full job name, means you can select it here. Just click on the execute button. There is a monthly payment job. See here, the status is finished here. Means the job is successfully completed. When it was started, 1-3. Duration, 1 second. In 1 second, job is completed. So what it is done, we go to the job log. Then you can see we go to the job log, you will see the clear picture here. So job started, job executed the program, whatever the program you have chosen, job executed by the user, then job is finished. So job successfully finished. So then now all the users will get the payment from the SAP. All the users will get the payment slips, PDFs, whatever the program results. So everything you will get it out. The same job will execute next month also automatically. Next month. Why? Because it's a monthly job, right? Then maybe if I take the timelines to the next month, see next month. So this will execute on the next month. When it is now 10/28 we scheduled it. Then 10/28 this will be executed monthly. Then once next month it will execute it automatically. You don't need to do anything here. No need to execute it here. So this will executed. This program will be executed. Whatever you inserted, whatever you defined in the program field, whatever the defined in the program field, this will be run as per the timelines, timelines means, so next month. Why? Because you scheduled on the 4th, but in the 1/4 it is coming on the Saturday, Sunday 1/4 it is coming on the Sunday, then it won't execute it here, it won't run it here. Why? Because it won't run in the next day, it won't execute it. Why? Because you given the timelines like you don't want to execute the job on the Sundays and public holidays. If any public holiday is coming during that time, so then this job it won't run. It won't run it here. That's what will happen in the system, right? So this way we can schedule the monthly jobs, not only monthly jobs, not only weekly jobs, not only these things here. Any job, any program, anything we can create it here. If we go to the SM36 here, we go to the SM36 here, we can schedule it here. Suppose example, some test job I want to execute it here. So take any schedule, any report, anything you can run it here, right? Suppose I want to execute this report. I want to execute this program. So every day, early morning hours, your user, your functional team or the store manager told that. So every day the stores will open at 10 o'clock. Then by 9 o'clock all the data should be inserted into the SAP system. All the data should be inserted into the SAP system here. So then, then it starts from the tomorrow, not today. Then you can schedule the timelines. You can schedule the timelines, and you can enter the date when it wants to run it here. 9 o'clock here, 9 o'clock here. So like whatever the requirement you have, based upon the requirement, you can schedule the timelines. Then every month it should run, right? Every month you have to run it. Then go to the, I don't want to run every month, only tomorrow you have to run it. Then just only schedule the tomorrow. Then you have to schedule the tomorrow. Then then save it. Then this job is released status. This job is released. So before assigning the timelines, startup condition, the job is in the scheduled status here. Then once you release the job, once you release it here, then once you assign the timelines, the job is in the released status here. Then tomorrow, right? This is a test job. Let me go to the tomorrow's date, maybe 2nd, right? 2nd, I can make it here. Then I will filter it here. What is the, when it is going to run? If you know the job name, maybe I mentioned like test. I know only remember the test, or if you know full name, then test 1. And test 1 you created. Then this is planned to start on the 2nd March. This is going to run at 9 o'clock. It's only one day it will run. It won't run remaining days here. But because you have not given the periodic values, you have not given the periodic values here. Suppose, oh, I mistakenly did it. I want to change it now. Again, you don't need to go back to the SM36 here. SM36 is only for creation of the background job. SM36 is only for creating the background job in SAP level. Then after that, if we want to delete, if we want to cancel it, if we want to, so if you delete it, it won't run. If we want to cancel, the job is running, if you want to cancel it, you can cancel it, right? So if you want to change something, you want to change it, go to the change marks. Then if you go to the change, what you want to change it now? Suppose I want to change it to the periodic values, maybe, so daily I want to run this job at 9 o'clock, right? Then 9 o'clock, so you just schedule it, you change the value. Now what will happen? So this job will run, job frequency is the daily at 9 o'clock. As per the timelines, there is a program you inserted here. This will be executed. This will be executed as per the timelines. As per the timeline, this will be executed here. So again, I did the mistake. I want to change the timelines here, means again go to the job, select the job, go to the change mode here. I want to delete the job, just go to the here, then delete it. Your job will not be there here. Oh, I mistakenly deleted. I want to recover it, means it's not possible. Again, you need to create it. Once deletion, it's not possible. Okay. So that's why don't delete it any jobs. So if you don't want to run it, make it to the remove the timelines. The job won't run, but job will stay in the system, but it won't run it in the system. So that's why you can make it to the release it to the scheduled status here. Release it to the scheduled status here. So the job is completed, but you want to check the logs. So you want to check the logs here. Go to the SM37. Anything. Go to the SM37. So these are the jobs which are going to run in our system, which are going to run. Why? Because all are released. This is SAP Connect job to sending the emails to the users. Every 10 minutes, this job will execute it. Okay, fine. Someone executed, I guess. So then there are the SAP some jobs. So maybe someone, a lot of jobs are there currently. And also we can also check what are the jobs are cancelled today. So when we can check we can select the cancelled button, we can see what are the jobs are cancelled for today. So what is this program? So could not find the stored procedure, ECP get DB size here. So there is then some database related could not find the some stored procedure issue here. So there is a program started here, DB planning calendar. So on the server it is started. So some logs will be, some clues will be, so some clues will be available in the job log file. In the job log file, if job is cancelled, you will get the some clues here. So every day this job is cancelling, then we need to check what's happening in the system, right? You want to check the finished jobs. So you can see the finished jobs. So what is happening in the finished, select the job, go to the job log and see what is selection restricted for the 200 hits only. So this is the one of the program he executed. What is the program which is running? Go to the job step. So someone triggered the different program name. Based upon this one, he scheduled a different program here, right? Someone scheduled a different program again. So job connect here. So why these jobs are running, how these jobs are running means each and every job is required the one BTC work process. One BTC work process here. So if you want to run the job, you need a one BTC work process you required. One BTC work process required. One BTC work process is required. One job, one BTC work process is required. When the job is completed, the work process will become free. So in the dialog mode, user will log in, then he is scheduling a job means. So then while job is running state as per the timeline, when the timeline is approaching, maybe 10:42, I want to run the one job should run. Then in this case, by 10:42, when the job start timing is approaching, immediately your background work process. You can see the job details here. We go to the job details, there is a client, there is a work process number 14. Work process number 14 is the background work process number. If we go to the SM50 background work process number 15, so 14, yeah, 14. Then so the job, the SAP, the job is executed by this work process. So all background jobs will run by this BTC work process here. So you have the 100 of background jobs are running at a same time if you schedule it, then we have only 7 background jobs means it will pick up by priority wise. It will pick up the high priority jobs will run first, then low priority, then medium priority. But what about the remaining jobs? Remaining jobs will get delayed. Why? Because it won't run. Why? Because there is a delay, lack of the work process here. 100 jobs, only 7 work process. How it will handle it? So that's why we have the delay column here. So 19 seconds delay. Why? Because we have the delay column here. Each and every job there is a delay, 4 seconds, 39 seconds. Why? Because one job will run only one work process only at a time. One work process will handle the one job at a time. It will end. As soon as job completion is done, then immediately the free work process will go to the another job. So like this, so it will handle all the jobs here. So here the background jobs will responsible to run the background work process will responsible to run the background jobs. In other way, these jobs will be run by the background work process only. So background jobs, background work process. So that's why here SM36 we will use it. SM36 we will use it for creations, creating the background jobs here. What this job will run? Either program, either external program, maybe some external programs. External programs means it's defined by the system. It's a pre-defined in the system here. You can see it what you want to run it here. There are the multiple programs are there here. There is a Python program. There are multiple programs are there. So it will run any OS. It will run on the any OS, right? So then check it out here. Something I check it out here. So define the job name is called the test2. I want to run immediately. This job should be run it. So I can manually go to and execute the program, but I want to run by the system, not by me. I want to schedule the job here. So in this case, I have scheduled the job, then I assign the timelines immediately that will run it here. So if I go to SM37 and you see SM37, then you can see the job name. If you don't remember the job name, put the star and star, then the job will be displayed here. So but the job is cancelled. cancelled here. I want to know what is the work process here it is used. If we go to the job details, here 11th work process helped to run this job. But why it got failed? Cancelled means failed. Why it got failed? If we go to the job log, it will give the clear information. The command, the external command you have chosen, so it's not the, you have not selected the remaining arguments, remaining some selection screens. It's unclear. Just I selected the external command, just I have given, then what to execute it and what how to define it, it's in unclear. So with that is the reason, so that is the reason this job got cancelled status here. Normally, most frequently, we will use the above programs only, not the other two. But in case any requirement, we may have to go to the job steps. Then normally we will use only above programs only. Why? Because the programs and reports are generated by the our ABAPers. Their daily duties are the writing the code, source codes, running the code. So programs, reports, all those things went. Then what they will do, instead of they want to pull the employment report every day, they want to pull the attendance report for the employees. So then before the 9 o'clock, that report should be come to their manager inbox. The report should come to the manager inbox. So that is the report, that is the code they have written. They will save as a program. Then they will ask every day they want to execute it. For today I was leave, so today if suppose if I am leave, then the report will not come to the manager inbox, right? That will be difficult. Then in this case what will happen, then they will approach the basis team. So instead of running the manually, I basis team, so could you please schedule a one job in SAP? There is a one of the future SAP introduced with it, automatic execution of the programs and the reports. Then you can schedule a one background job. The job name should be the employment report. Then this is the program we already deployed in the SAP system. Just go to run this program. Then automatically our manager will get the email. Our manager should get the emails to their inboxes with attachment. They will get it out like that. I want this is my requirement. Then you can use it here. You can schedule it here. So then we will ask the timelines. Normally they have to provide the what every day do you want to execute it or monthly. Then they will give the requirement like, oh, they want to execute in the monthly. Okay, then monthly means the periodic values. Okay, then
Sir, hi sir, sorry to interrupt. We can see in the periodic values other period, right? What is that, sir?
yeah, I'm explaining. I'm coming to this part only. Okay,
Oh.
so we have monthly if we want to execute it, or weekly if we want to execute it, we can execute it. Or there is a other period. This is a hourly, daily, weekly, monthly. But I want to run every minute. Every 2 minutes once my job should run it, or every 5 minutes once my job should run it, or in every 1 hour, in a 1 hour, my job should execute it, or every 3 days once my job execute it here, right? So like this also we can use other periods here. Why? Because suppose if I set the every 1 minute, so my job will be executed every 1 minute. My job will be executed every 1 minute. My job will be executed. This is in the fast, right? So then I need to select the new, maybe okay, I scheduled, I released. So the job frequency is the every minute, every 10 minutes, every 5 minutes, every 1 minute. So there is no half minute, every minute is the minimum here. So that what will happen, this employee job, so run every minute, this will start running it in the system. So it will flood up. It will flood up the system executions and everything. See here, 1 minute, this is executed. This is there is no delay. Then 1 more minute. If you keep on just refreshing, this is the refresh button, then there is a 1 more minute, this job will execute it. See here, now job is active, finished. There is a one more thing. Job immediately will come to the active, we'll finish it, it will go to the next step here. Then 10:47, we go to the job details here. 10:47, work process number 10 is assigned. 10:49, work process number 12 is assigned. So randomly it will assign it here. Now see, 1 more minute. If you wait for 1 more minute, so there is a delay. See here, delay is happening. which means, so 1 minute already passed, but job is not running. Still, it's not picked by work process. Why? Because the work process are busy with the other duty. Other duty, the work process are busy. So as soon as any one of the work process is free, then immediately your job will be picked and it will be completed. Picked and it will. So I don't want to run this job. Then in this case, make it to the scheduled status here. Remove the timelines. Then this job it won't run. This job it won't run. So basically, any program or report execution, we have to do it in the SM36 based upon the business requirement. So they want to run immediately, many yearly ones or half-yearly ones, 6 months ones, daily ones, every day, midnight, whatever, however we want, we can create it. So what they want to execute it, either program, switch program, then they will provide all the requirement. Then we have to, based upon that program, we have to feed the data to the here. Then so we can run it. Sometimes they will give the conditions. So you can run the job, but I don't want to execute this job in the India public holidays and Sunday. Then you can select it. What is the India? Normally, everybody will use the German calendar. Standardly, every customer, they will go for the German calendar. If it is the Indian customer, Indian calendar, they will go for that one. Then based on that, so they will take care of the job execution and everything, they will take care of. Okay, this is the job execution. Here, who is helping means, here the background work process are helping to run the jobs here. So if the background work process are helping to run the jobs in the system. So that's the reason dialog mode users will log in the backend without user intervention. The jobs will complete your work. So based upon the schedule, whatever the timelines you put, that will be executed. Now I want to stop. So as part of the daily monitoring every day, we need to log into the system. We need to see, are there any failures in the last 24 hours? Are there any failures? We see, hey, there are a lot of failures in the system. Then we need to check whether it's our jobs or user related jobs. So there is a user related jobs, we will maintain like some job naming convention like Z_. There is a job owner for each and everything. There is a job owner. Then we will inform to that person. So like that. So your jobs are cancelling in SAP system. Please take the functional team or development team. Why? Because job is cancelling means because of the program error, because of the anything only. Why? Because job will execute the program, right? If the program having some error, then it will throw the error message. It will throw the dump also. You can see it is throwing the dump in ST27. Then one job, the job is getting failed. Job is getting failed here. So if you go to the, from here, if you go to the ST22, there is a program error. This is the program error. There is a note we have to implement it, or we have to patch to our system component, then to fix this error. But until then, this job will keep on failing here. So we have to inform to the functional or who is the job owner. So the test2 job failed. Then we have to inform to the respective team, your job is getting cancelled. Please take a look. Like that, we have to inform it here. So the user required, so please change the program means, then they will raise the request. Then we will take care of that request. Then we will change the program ID. Whatever you want to change the schedule, we will change it schedule here. Sometimes what happens, job will run very longer time. Job will run very longer time here. Job will go very longer time here. Means it's keep on running from last 3 days, last 1 month onwards. If the job is running 1 month means, see here, this job is started running here, Heartbeat job. So it's completed. So it's the last 2 minutes, last 2 seconds when it started. Nothing is running. So system performance is good. Sometimes what happens in the real cases, if the job is running from very long time, we may face the performance issues. Performance means each job, as I mentioned here, each work process is required some amount of memory and CPU. CPU is the water for them. Memory is the food for them. Each work process is required the This work process are waiting and running system is running means it's required some amount of food and water, right? Same as like we also require some amount of water and food to survey, right? So then here also it's required the work process. This background work process will be used by the background job. The job, due to some program issue, sometimes what happens, job is keep on running last 2 days, 3 days, 1 month, 1 year, means definitely it will eat the some system memory and CPU. One job using some amount of memory means other jobs also require some amount of memory, right? Then there is shortage of memory, then SAP response time will be slow. SAP response is very slow. That will happen. So to avoid this type of issues, every day as part of the daily monitoring, we need to go to the SM37. Then we need to check, are there any long running jobs or any jobs are cancelling. Long running jobs means active jobs. Are there any active jobs since yesterday? Then change the date. So since yesterday, right? Change the 29th date. Today, let's check, are there any long running jobs in the system? Only long running job. If you select all will come. So that will be very confusion. If you select the only filter finished, then only finished. I want to only cancel job, let's select the cancel job, then filter it out, then only cancelled jobs will be released here. Only the cancelled jobs will be so released here. So this way we can run the jobs here. This way we can run the jobs in the system here. Okay. So this is the job administration part here.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Is there any possible to stop active background job, sir? Like,
Cancel only. Select the job is running. Just go to the here, then cancel the active job. Cancel the
uh,
active job. That is only one thing.
so in real time system, we do it, sir. Like, if we're
In
facing
real
any
time,
issue.
if facing issues, so that is not doing anything in the system. It is the hung status. So definitely that is causing the system performance issues. Then we can go ahead and cancel it. Maybe some organizations, they may put some policy like, before you cancel any jobs, please check with your manager. Take the approval or everything, then go ahead and cancel it here. Maybe some organizations, if you say manager is not available during that time, then what we will do? Then if you wait for a manager to come to online, then in between the system will go die, right? System will down. So that is depends. So normally we have to cancel it. That is what the final aim is. So we have to cancel it. We have to cancel the system. Sorry, we have to cancel the work process to run this one. Why? Because if you cancel it, what will happen? If you cancel it, system will become a free. If the job is using 1 GB of memory, then if you cancel it, 1 GB memory will be free, system will be stabilized, right? So that type of issues. We can cancel it. Maybe if you are in the junior level, maybe consultant level, we have to approach the seniors whether we can cancel it or not. The senior will check, so they advise you, so whether we can cancel it or not. Some jobs expected to run, maybe monthly jobs, month-end jobs, so BW related jobs. So some jobs